Good morning, good evening, happy weekend. So this is the weekend reading for March 1st and March 2nd. This year, again, is flying by. So let's see a little bit about our past. Current energy. I'll tell you what, the change and the transformation, it is just rampant. And so when I look at the bottom of the deck here, Temperance has also been a frequent flyer recently. So a lot of balance, a lot of internal emotional balance. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're trying to maintain as we kind of navigate all of the change and transformation. And I'm just going to call it out. We have the Death card and the Tower already showing up in the reading. So definitely more change on the horizon because it's showing up here in the current and future energy. So when I look at the past here, I am getting the Ten of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups. So the way that this is playing out, you have been closing out a period of a lot of activity, but a lot of maybe more, maybe not manual labor, but kind of just like a lot of tasks. Having to go through a to-do list and kind of never being able to really check off the to-do list, kind of going back over it again and again. And just needing to close out that chapter. That Ten of Wands is the closing out of that chapter. This indicates all of the work that you have done and have been doing up until now. This chapter that closed, the lesson connected to it is about your dedication and effort. Even if you don't know the answers, and even if you're not in your best state of mind or your happiest state of mind, you did a lot of the work and you learned a lot about yourself along the process. And so it wasn't about the actual content of the work. That was certainly part of it, but on a bigger scale, I'm getting a sense of you learned something really significant about yourself and the way that you handle situations and the way that you move through the situations and kind of cope and work through whatever needs to be done. This was a skill that you were developing for whatever comes next. There's more to this. And it feels like the chapter that was closing it was exhausting, but there was something about the structures that you put into place, understanding how maybe overstructuring would be something here where you find a problem and you figure out, okay, well, if I just kind of maybe box it in, then that's a way to kind of restrict that problem and it won't happen again. But what you started leaving out was opportunity, and you started leaving out all of the positive things that come along with being fluid and flexible. And so that chapter that's closing, you did a lot of work. You've understood that if I just keep structuring things in a certain way, then I'm going to get what I want. But you kept working at it, which was the lesson, keep working at it. But now what's happening with this change and transformation is a lot of identifying those structures, what doesn't work anymore, or where it was just not flexible, so that you can reconstruct everything. Because with this Three of Pentacles showing up right here in the middle, you're rebuilding something here. You're taking those lessons connected to it and you're working it into whatever this next chapter is. There's somebody else involved here. Three of Pentacles, Hierophant, Ace of Cups. I mean, definitely somebody here on your spiritual path, and somebody here that you would see as kind of a new beginning, somebody that can help you build something along the way. Because I'm just getting a sense of whatever this was had to be torn down, but you had to identify it. It had to get to this kind of a breaking point where you knew that this was just not going to work for you going forward. If it was something that broke down on its own, or it broke down earlier in the path, you wouldn't have identified it as the opportunity that you see it as now. It's an opportunity to rebuild. It's taking those lessons, incorporating them in other ways. And that's actually showing up here in the current energy. I'm getting the Death card, Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. So the Death card is that change and transformation. The Nine of Pentacles, I mean, this is something that you needed to do on your own. This whole rebuilding process, there's an element to it that allows for you to build self-confidence, create your own abundance, allows you to kind of move forward in a way that aligns with what you want and it's in your best interest. Because once you identify those structures, you realize this just isn't for me. This is not going to work. Not if I want true growth and prosperity. I can't be boxed in this way. And the Four of Cups indicates that you do have an offer that's coming in. So it might be this weekend, because I am getting that it's going to happen pretty soon here. There's an offer that's coming towards you. It's kind of, you hit this peak of, I feel good about the change that's happening, embracing the structural changes and tearing down anything that needs to go. And in kind of in the middle of all of that, you have this offer coming in out of the blue. That's how this Four of Cups is coming across. And I'm smiling because it feels really good and really just kind of catching you off guard. And it feels almost like a reward for all the work and effort that you've been putting into everything else. So when I look at the future energy here, I'm getting the Queen of Cups. I got a reason to smile. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups showing up, and we have the Tower with the Lovers. And so what's happening here? There is somebody here on your spiritual path. They're showing up in the past energy. This is somebody that you want to explore or maybe want to build something with this person. And the building can happen in a lot of different ways. Hierophant is a card of marriage. Ace of Cups usually is about romance, but it could really just be a partnership and pursuing something here that you really want. Something where it just feels like there's a reason the two of you met, or the reason the two of you got together in the first place. And now it's about seeing that come to fruition. And so when I see in the current energy here, this offer coming in out of the blue, it is connected to this Hierophant energy. That Ace of Cups is showing up in the Four of Cups. And right down the same column, when I look at the future energy here with the Tower and the Lovers, there is going to be some sort of sudden shakeup. The transformation's taking place. More obstacles and really debris are being removed, because it doesn't feel like true blocks and barriers at this point. It feels more like just the dirt on the path that's just a tripping hazard, something that could kind of knock you down for a minute, but it doesn't really need to be there. And you've already learned the lesson, so let's just remove it. With the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups, I mean, you're really embracing this new path and this new journey. This is what's opening up the opportunities for you. This was allowing the Tower and the Death card to really take hold. You're learning all of the lessons here. So clarifying the Ten of Wands, I have the Magician. So closing out that chapter, understanding the impact of it, really identifying all of those things that you were doing and what you want to modify going forward. It started to create this kind of magic inside you, because the Magician's coming through as this kind of internal magic. All of a sudden you felt an inspiration to move forward. You recognized that the worst was behind you. You weren't going to have to carry around all of these burdens and responsibilities. And so it allowed you to really embrace this kind of a brighter side, this more magical side to yourself, the spiritual side that said, if I really put in the effort, I can achieve a lot more of what I want. I can go after all of my goals and my dreams. That's how this is coming across, because that Ten of Wands indicates that you created this really strong desire to keep working, to keep going after what you want. Even when you realize, and realized it in the past, but realize it in the current and future energy, but more, it started in the past. Even though the worst was over, I'm very hung up on that Ten of Wands. So even though the worst was over, the lesson connected to it was what you're capable of doing, what you're capable of achieving, the amount of work and the amount of kind of nonsense that you're able to tolerate on your own, and the way that you maybe either structured yourself in a way or structured your life in a way to negate that or minimize it as much as possible. There's something about it, even though it didn't end the way that maybe you wanted it to end, because it was a lot of burdens and responsibilities. It taught you a lot about yourself and the path forward, and allows you to restructure and rethink how you're doing everything. And so I'm getting the Three of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. It feels like you are in this kind of rebuilding stage. It's showing up here in the past. And this is definitely something that's going to take time to unfold, because all of these kind of just like nuisance barriers and things like that, those tripping hazards, they're on our path. There are things that we wouldn't immediately identify, but the universe does. And so that's how some of this is being removed. But with the Three of Pentacles and I'm getting the Three of Wands, and so the rebuilding is going to take time. You're on a journey right now. This is a spiritual journey for sure. This is something that you need to embark on to really maximize this next new beginning. Whatever this age of Aquarius brings for you, whatever this period of enlightenment is that we're all going through right now, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot that you're going to learn along the way. But if you hadn't gone through all of those Ten of Wands, all of those things in the past, you wouldn't be able to maximize it. You wouldn't really identify it as an opportunity now. Clarifying, the Hierophant with the Ace of Cups is the King of Pentacles. So male or female, it's just the energy of the card, but this is something stable and grounded. And so what you're looking for in your next new chapter is a partner here that is stable, that is grounded, long lasting for sure. This is earth energy. The Hierophant's Taurus, that's earth energy. And with the cups, I mean, this is something that can be nurtured and developed over time. So I like the way that the past is kind of playing out. Let's get the Death card. So many new beginnings here. We've got the Death card clarified by the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, taking some sort of bold action, stepping out of your comfort zone. It feels like you're going to be inspired to take some sort of action, and it feels like it's going to happen really quick, where all of a sudden the inspiration is going to hit, and before you really give it a second thought, you're going to do something here. It's something that you need to do. It aligns with that Ace of Cups, Hierophant, King of Pentacles energy. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, it aligns with your spiritual path and journey, and you're just going to feel this sense of inspiration, this kind of lifting of all those burdens and responsibilities, freeing you up to really do something here. I like the action. With the Nine of Pentacles, I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, I mean, really it's the Ten of Pentacles showing up here, but this is a new beginning. This is you feeling confident, boldly stepping forward, establishing and creating something that is going to be long lasting. It's going back to that Temperance energy where it feels like you're grounded in such a way that allows you to really build something solid. It's not that you're acting from a place of chaos. Yes, there's change and transformation happening around you, but you're not incorporating that energy into your decision-making process. You're isolating yourself from that. You're grounding yourself. You're finding a way to just understand that you can't control that. You can control you, and you can control your emotions and the way that you respond. And so that's what's giving you that I'm getting grace and stability, but it's really the confidence to be able to move forward in a way that aligns with what you want. Clarifying the Four of Cups, we have the Strength card here. It's a bold offer. So either you're making an offer to another person or somebody's making an offer to you, because their strength and this Ace of Wands are really connected. It feels like even if an offer is being made to you, that you're going to step out of your comfort zone and you're going to accept it. There's something about wanting to try something, wanting to do something here. I'm just getting this sense of almost like a spring fever kind of energy where you're just ready to get out. You've been cooped up for so long. You're just ready to step out and do something different and just kind of embrace life again. There's something about that. So clarifying the Queen of Cups, I have the Five of Swords. So Queen of Cups, Five of Swords, resolving inner conflict, overcoming any kind of inner battles that you've been dealing with. This is where that Temperance energy is also showing up, where you're taking care of yourself. And because you're taking care of yourself, it's not really paying all of your attention elsewhere. You're shifting it more, focusing on yourself and your own stability. You're walking away from heartbreak. Eight of Cups clarified by the Three of Swords. You're walking away from heartbreak. You're healing. There's a lot of self-love, self-care coming through in the future energy. This is a lot of embracing what you want. I'm just getting a sense that maybe up until now, you really haven't been focused entirely on what you want. That is shifting. This is where you're opening yourself up to new possibilities and really just maybe reviving some of these old dreams that you've had and going after them. Clarifying the Tower and the Lovers here, I do have the Two of Swords, which is an interesting card to show up here because it tells me that you're not going to see this coming. It's the Tower. You wouldn't have seen it coming anyway, just because it's that sudden change. But with the Lovers card and the Two of Swords, these are both about the choices that you make. And so it feels a lot like the choice is going to be yours. I'm going to get some guidance here on that Two of Swords energy. I'm getting, do I stay or do I go? You're looking for guidance here. You're definitely looking for guidance. Don't be afraid to reach out to your spirit guides and ask for any kind of signs that would mean something to you. Like I keep water bottles out of view of the camera, and I have a navy one and this kind of like blue color. I know none of that's going to be a shock to you. It's pretty much the colors that I use daily. And so if I'm looking for a sign, my sign might be show me a red one, and then I would have to see one out in the wild because I don't have a red one here. So you can ask for those type of signs. I would definitely recommend asking for those types of signs in ways that make sense to you. But anyway, kind of getting back here, so clarifying and really articulating more about this choice that you have, the direction that you're looking for. So we have the Page of Swords showing up, Two of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. When it comes to whether or not to build something here with another person, so Two of Cups could be romance, Three of Pentacles, building a relationship, Page of Swords, you're looking for the clarity. You're looking for that clear sign. Do I stay or do I go? Do I move forward with this person or do I not? And I got that before I even saw all of the cards. The Page of Swords hadn't even popped out yet. So there's something about your path, because there's this, you're not quite at the point of trusting your intuition yet. You're doing a lot of work, and I'm getting that sense, but the reason that you're asking is because you're not ready to make the decision on your own. Your gut might be telling you yes to move forward or no to not move forward, but you're not quite at the point of trusting it. And I'm getting it's more, yes, you would want to move forward. Your intuition saying, yes, move forward. This is the person that's supposed to be on your path. You're supposed to build something together, but you're second guessing it. I'm definitely getting that. So this is the weekend reading. Let me know if it resonates. Anyway, the Zodiac readings will come out on Sunday for the next week, and the daily readings will continue. I'm actually flying out of the country for work this weekend, so I have not yet flown out. So I have a couple more personal readings to kind of finish up, and then that will be it until I come back. And then after that, just kind of as a PSA, I am going to limit the number of personal readings because I've learned really quickly that I can only handle so many in a day, and I got really backed up really quickly because of it. So I am going to limit them, but stay tuned because we'll see how this all plays out. I'll make adjustments as we go, but from right now, when I start this back up, I am going to have to limit the number of personal readings just because sleep is important. I've learned that sleep is really important. So anyway, I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care.